Hello,
Ah,
I'm Tara Nolan from Transformation Tara, and I'm here with this beautiful spiritual healer and therapist and strong businesswoman, Sarah Willett. Hi, Sarah.
hi, Tara. Hi, gang. Whoever's there.
So, I am not going to share too much because I'm going to let you do that. So, Sarah has I will say that Sarah has done a live event with me, and she is currently in my annual Magical Manifestation Mastermind. And we've seen some really exciting changes in her life. So if you wanna just share, Sarah, first let's start out with like where you came from
Yep.
originally and where you're at now.
Yeah, that's a great place to start because the behavior then is totally different than the behavior now. And so I was in marketing and advertising. I worked for a large broadcast company for 23 years. And I was very, very highly successful in my career. And I really only knew one way of doing things, which was basically just to work really, really hard, put in lots of hours, a lot of stress on myself, kind of do whatever it takes. So it doesn't matter if you're sick. It doesn't matter if you're tired. You just have to do it, right? And a lot of people in my generation, that's kind of how we were raised and that's what we knew. And I was very successful, but I was not very happy a lot of the time. I was really stressed out and getting sick. And I ended up leaving that career because I was having physical issues that nobody really could put a finger on.
Yeah.
And so I left, and I had this intuitive thought that if I don't leave my job, and I'm going to have cancer. I actually had that thought in my mind. So I left, and I really floundered for a few years, but I think it was all part of the process. I focused on different things. I also became a yoga teacher in that time. I started working with energy work, but I still didn't have the mindset change. I was still applying a lot of that masculine, force it through type of way of working in the new stuff that I was doing. While I was happier and healthier, I was definitely making progress for sure. I was still applying those concepts, and Tara knows as a yoga teacher, a lot of these things apply to business. And one thing that my yoga teacher used to always say to me is how you are on the mat is how you are in life outside.
Yeah,
yoga.
Absolutely.
And I was like completely like that. Like, I was like, I was doing all the hard poses and doing stuff, just push on the yoga mat, the asana, the poses as much as I could. And I was changing, was making some inroads there, but I don't even think I realized, by the time I met Tara, I was already realizing that that was not working and that I couldn't do it that way. But I maybe didn't know how to do it another way. I knew it wasn't working. And then I met Tara, and I had this, and I've known Tara a little bit on and off through the yoga. And so I'm like, okay, someone who studies yoga will get this. And I went to her live retreat back in October. That's when I went. And I have done, up until this point, tons of work on myself. But it was really kind of the cherry on top that I needed to kind of bring it all together. All the spiritual work I had been doing, along with some of the practical business sense, but in a different way. Like trying easy and not trying hard. Accessing flow.
So one of the things I'm really passionate about is exactly what you're talking about. And moving, so much of modern business is the masculine, the pushing, the like, go, make more happen kind of energy. And there's a use for that. It can be, really beneficial in moving us forward to rise higher in our careers and productivity. But when it gets to this point of doesn't feel good anymore, that's when we can rise with the divine feminine energy, which is what we try to pull out, which is like still the nurturing, because people want the softness, the ease, the flow, and still getting it done, right? Because people want to buy from people who are nurturing, are caring. They don't want to buy from that, like push, buy more, do this now anyway. So when you can step into that, you actually can attract more. So yeah, I'd love to hear or have you share with people like your results now in after working together. Let's see, I don't know how many months, 6 months, approximately. What results you've had in your business and in your life, and what's maybe changed since working together.
Yeah, it's totally different. It's totally different. So a couple of things happened that were really key. The first thing had to do with the business. And at the time I met Tara, I was already shifting away more from yoga. I'd been teaching more yoga and I'd really been emphasized more on that. And I was also completing some training that I really needed to do some other spiritual work that I do and some healing work that I do. I'd already stepped into that role, but it'd been a kind of bumpy. And I would have self-doubt, and I would wonder, can I really do this kind of stuff? And I would have more of those feelings that I think were holding me back. So the retreat was really important because it helped to bust through a lot of blockages that I had, and to help me step forward and say, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this, these new healing modalities, and I can be good at this. I am good at this. And I'm like really wicked good at this stuff. But, at the time you're kind of unsure. And so I was able to retool my business, and I was able to have the confidence to step into that and to start earning money doing those things. And it took off. Like, it started probably mid-December. So I had seen Tara in October. All right. By mid-December, the energy was starting to really move. And by January, it was like, holy shit. Like, I'm really like, I am doing this. This is like going like chugga, chugga, chugga. And it slowed now a little bit. In part because I got really sick. I got very, very sick, and that set me back like 5 or 6 weeks. And then now retooling with the COVID thing. But I have to say, like, that's going well too. Like, I'm starting to feel an uptick again. Like, just, using Zoom and using all the tools that we have. I do most of my work on Zoom anyway, so that doesn't faze me. But I've had probably like where I was, it's at least a 70% increase in the business I was doing.
Wow.
So it was pretty, yeah. I mean, I was like starting to make some real money. I've totally paid back that and then some, the investment that I have made in the coaching. So that's more than handled. And I'm just looking forward now. And what Tara's gotten me to see that I would have really struggled a lot harder with if I hadn't had somebody that kept saying, look at this, look at this, look at this. And that is doing courses and seminars and other things where I can take this beyond myself. And I did a little bit of that when I did a seminar for 21 people and was able to close a lot more appointments in that one day, that one time, and touch a lot more people. That gave me even more of a taste of it. It was really, really successful. It was really good. And I'm like, okay, so now what courses can I come up with? What can I put out there on Facebook?
Yeah.
What can I offer people that they could do on their own, or maybe with some help and some one-on-one and some structured coursework? So obviously that takes a little time to do, but I've had one really solid idea. I've got another really solid idea that you and I haven't even talked about. The surface now that I really like. I can see myself doing it.
Like,
and
that's a lot to see yourself making it happen.
And now it's just the steps. It's just the steps. I can see it. I can see myself doing it.
And I think what can happen on your own is there's so many ideas in so many different areas and you don't know how to implement. And really the strongest business is keeping it simple, a simple business structure that's clear, and then knowing the steps to making that happen. and really a 70% increase in your business is amazing. So I'm grateful to hear that. I'd also like to hear if there's been any surprises in maybe how this has impacted your life or something else.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And it started like within the first hour of being at the seminar, and I was taken aback at the retreat that we did. I was taken aback by, it's even hard to put into words. You really have to just experience something like this. It really changed the direction of where I was going. It really did. And it busted through a lot of stuff. I'm so thankful that I listened to my intuition. I'm so thankful that Tara made it comfortable for me to go, you know, and I felt like, I felt like I belonged right away.
But you were really skeptical about working with me.
I was. Yeah, I was. Because, well, here's the thing. So this is where we get in our way. So here was my problem. I'm like, I do a lot of this work on myself and for myself, and I have done it with other people. So I was coming into this having done a lot of stuff already. So I'm like, how much freaking more do I need to do? And that's where we start putting limits on our healing. And we say, I should be better by now. And we don't just let it continue. But thankfully, I let it continue. I let myself have the experience, huge breakthroughs, also made a lot of friends. Like, it was really just a good overall experience. And then I knew right away that I wanted to do the coaching because I wanted more and I wanted to go deeper. But interestingly enough, I didn't want to go fast. So like, you're meeting me kind of in the way that I want to proceed. I'm fortunate that I can go a little slower than some people can go, but I am making progress. And probably the biggest thing and a surprise that I didn't anticipate out of this is that I am like my old self. I have not felt this good in like 3 or 4 years. I am happy. I have, oh yeah, I mean, it's totally different. I've met other like-minded people, and that's really helped me, because that was one of my goals, was I want tribe. And then like I met all these people. I'm like, okay, I guess this is how we're doing this. Yeah, I'm open to it. This is good. So I got like-minded people, you know, some focus and some structure to what I wanted to do. And because I'm feeling confident and I am living my life's purpose, my dharma, what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm alive in my life. Now, I don't have to work super hard financially, but I want to work. And if I'm going to work, I want to get paid for it. You know, like, that's the proper exchange of energy, and it should be that way. That's how it's supposed to work. It's a fair, money is just energy, just an exchange of energy. And I know this. So now I'm starting to think bigger, like, you know, what if I did earn more money? What if I, you know, could buy, you know, or this house or do this or whatever. So it's just kind of a fun game now, see where it goes.
Well, you start to open yourself up to bigger dreams and new possibilities, and when you start to see that it's possible. And there's also that correlation of valuing yourself and valuing the work that you do, and then other people value it. And that's really like phenomenal for your own inner work, for your own confidence and your own just self-worth, feelings about yourself. Yeah,
it's been great. And yes, I mean, the money part is part of it, because you do want to feel valued.
Right.
Everybody.
I also love what you brought up about the tribe, because when you are interested in becoming your best self and rising to your higher potential, in, you know, doing work in the world that matters and making a difference, it can be challenging with those people that have known you forever, those people around you that maybe aren't getting it or aren't in the same place, even though you love them and they love you. So I think masterminds are really where you do find these, you know, other people or other women that you connect with, that you can make this like bond, like really like no other. It's a different bond. Of course, there's a bond with the people you've known your whole life. There's a bond with your partners. But the bond of someone else that is like soul purpose driven, and like you're sharing your pains and what's in your heart, it's so special.
And if you don't have someone that you can talk to about your dreams and your aspirations and your, what you want to do in life, where that's not where they're at, or they're not willing to see you a different way, then it's very lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very unmotivating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It can get you off path. It can drag you down. We have a whole community in our mastermind that we're there for each other every week. And we're like, and especially with this time going through the pandemic, it's really important to have that connection, I think. So thank you. So anything else thank you for sharing so much of your story. And I'm obviously so grateful that you did end up trusting me and that you found to be on your journey with you and to see you continue to thrive in your life and in your business and doing the amazing work that you do. By the way, Sarah does spiritual response therapy, amazing, super cool work. So if you could just say a word about what you do.
So, and it's part of my own healing. And it is also what brought me to Tara, was working to remove blocks to my progress. I mean, really, in a nutshell, that's what I do for people, is help them move forward in their life. And it can be a health issue, for sure. Emotional issue, it can be a career issue. So it's kind of a different take on what Tara does, but it works really, really well. And it really does make sense that I would end up finding her as kind of one of the final puzzle pieces in this major restructuring of my life, because she gives you such good practical things. Because there's two ways that we can remove blocks from our life. We can face our challenges every day and overcome them, and Tara helps us with that. And then the other way is to use some sort of therapeutic way of removing those blockages, which is what I do. So I really saw them fitting well together. And even I, as someone who studies this stuff, I needed that different type of structure to be able to move forward. So yeah, so that's what I do. That's what she does.
Yeah. Would you say it's more like, I mean, I've had some experience with it, but it's more like spiritual energy work?
Yeah, it's a form of energy work. It's it's definitely a form of energy work where we work with people's higher aspect of their self, and we work with spirit to help find, discover, and clear those blockages. So that's, I mean, again, I try to keep it simple because it's really, as you know, it's one of those things that you have to experience. You have to say, oh yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck somewhere in my life. A lot of people come to me, what they will say is, I don't understand why, fill in the blank. Don't understand why I can't move forward with this. I don't understand why this still hurts. I don't understand why I can't forgive, So then what I do is help remove some of those underlying energies so that that healing is just a natural progression. It's just a natural result of, of the work that's being done. So it's really, really cool. It's what helped me when I had horrible back pain and all these aches and pains. The doctors could do nothing for me. It was the spiritual response therapy and Reiki too that also really helped me heal myself. And so now I'm doing it for other people. And that's why, again, I'm so much happier. I'm able to do it. I'm able to, make a living at it. And I'm able to do my life's purpose. And that, being happy is what's really important to me. It's important to a lot of you, right? So that's where the buck stops there, in my opinion. And I'm happy, and it's just only, I can feel it in my bones. It is just only going to get better.
Happiness, connection, relationships. I mean, purpose-driven work. I mean, all this. And I think what's inspiring to share with everyone, it's a big thing for me to help people with. I think what also is great to share with anyone viewing is that just a reminder that we said earlier that Sarah came from like hardcore corporate world. Now she's doing spiritual response therapy, like two worlds apart, and learning to approach in a completely different way how you rise higher in success, and can you do that and make it easy, not hard. So just lastly, would you recommend, or who would you recommend working in our type of mastermind program, or working really with me in the Transformation Tara team? Because as you know, I have a whole team working with us now to support confidence and empowerment coach Carmen, and we actually have help now with copywriting and tech support and money management and different people in the team. So who would you recommend this type of program to?
I think anyone that is trying to, first of all, find tribe, because I remember that in my mind as being something really, really important. Like, I knew what I wanted to do already. I knew the way I'd done it wasn't going to work. And I didn't know anybody who was doing it this way. Okay. I didn't really know anybody. Everybody's like very, you know, that very linear, hard way of doing things, which has its place. But I didn't know anyone. And it's like, these people, this is what they want. This is what they know how to do. They can help you tap into that and help you have confidence. If you're lacking confidence of moving forward, you're either not sure where you want to go, because they can help you figure that out. I've watched Tara do that with people. Like, well, this is what you should be doing, you know, so they can help you find that soul purpose and that lights you up. And where, you know, I've seen it with people because they'll be really sad, and then they'll get the smile that just lights them up. And you're like, oh, that's it, you know? So she helps you have courage and find purpose. And if you can put all those together, then you will, again, an automatic byproduct of you'll rise higher and be happier for sure. And maybe have a whole new way of doing business, like a whole new, you might be doing something totally different than what you're doing now, or it might just be an offshoot of it, but she'll help you find that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing yourself and your time and your story and inspiring others. So with that, we will say goodbye to anyone watching. And if you're interested in learning more, you can go to transformationtara.com or my Facebook page and Transformation Tara, and move forward with checking out my work and booking a call. And if you're interested in spiritual response therapy, find Sarah. And Sarah, where could they find you?
They can find me at riseenergetic.healing.com. That's my business. So riseenergetic.healing.com. And just, if you're interested in looking at energetic ways to improve your health or your wellness or relationships or any blocks that you have, we'll definitely talk with you and see if it's right for you to move forward. And I can work with you wherever you are in the world. So
awesome. And Sarah's amazing. I've had her support. And yeah, so we're going to go now and sign out and go do the work that we're meant to do in the world. And we hope the same for you.
bye.
Okay, lots of love, everyone. Bye.